January 1985. Somewhere in the thick jungles of the Golden Triangle, three nations meet here: Burma, Laos, Thailand. But none truly rule this land. A helicopter hovers above a hidden valley. Inside, two American men sit in silence. They carry no uniforms, only briefcases, only questions, only intentions they will never write down. Below them, a convoy of trucks waits beside bamboo huts. Men with rifles watch the sky. They are not soldiers, they are loyalists, protectors of a kingdom built on fear and fortune. The helicopter lands. The Americans step out. A man approaches slowly, dressed in a simple shirt, gold-framed glasses, and calm confidence. His name is Chang Chi-fu. The world knows him as Khun Sa, the most powerful heroin warlord on earth. He smiles faintly. He extends his hand. The Americans shake it. No cameras, no witnesses, no signatures. Just one question hanging in the humid air. Why would the CIA meet the world's biggest drug king? The answer lies buried in a maze of mountains, militias, and secrets. A world where loyalty is bought, alliances shift, and survival depends on the shadows. This is the story of the king who ruled a valley of narcotics and the government agencies that quietly kept him alive. He was born Chang Chi-fu in 1934, a child of mixed Chinese and Shan heritage in northern Burma, a land defined by mountains, opium fields, and endless conflict. The young Chang was clever, restless, fluent in several languages. At 15, he joined a militia. At 18, he was fighting Chinese nationalist remnants. At 20, he had already learned a brutal truth. Here, the strongest man writes the rules. In the 1960s, he changed his name to Khun Sa, a name that would one day echo through every intelligence office from Bangkok to Washington. The Shan people were fighting for autonomy from the Burmese military. Wars raged between ethnic groups, communists, nationalists, and warlords. In this chaos, Khun Sa saw opportunity. He built a small militia. He cultivated relationships with local farmers. He understood geography like a general. He understood supply chains like a businessman. And he understood something deeper. Heroin was not just a drug. It was an economy, a weapon, a negotiation tool. The Golden Triangle produced over half of the world's opium. Millions depended on the trade. Armies funded their wars with drug money. Governments looked away, and foreign powers, seeking allies in Asia, played their own games. Khun Sa stepped into this world with precision. He collected protection fees from opium caravans. He built alliances with Shan elders. He offered jobs to entire villages. He trained fighters with discipline. He charmed diplomats with soft words and hard promises. And slowly, his influence spread. By 1970, he commanded more than 1,000 men. By 1975, he controlled the main routes into Thailand. By 1980, he was known as the Opium King. But what made him powerful was not his drug empire. It was the way he navigated the interests of three governments: Burma, Thailand, and the United States. Each of them feared him. Each of them needed him. Each of them tried to control him. None succeeded. The Golden Triangle was more than a region. It was a system, a hidden world where money, weapons, and intelligence flowed like rivers. Khun Sa built his headquarters in Ban Hin Taik, a fortified village on the Thai border. It had concrete bunkers, artillery positions, airstrips, schools, shops, even a hospital, a drug kingdom disguised as a town. He formed the Shan United Army, SUA, part militia, part government, part protection service. At its peak, it had over 20,000 fighters. Opium caravans traveled under SUA protection. Heroin labs operated deep in the forest. Chemists from Hong Kong and Taiwan refined the product. Thai officers moved the shipments across borders. American traffickers distributed it into US cities. Everyone earned. Everyone depended on Khun Sa. Everyone kept him safe. But he wanted more than money. He wanted legitimacy. In 1977, he offered to sell his entire heroin empire to the United States for $50 million. Not because he wanted to quit, but because he wanted recognition. He claimed he would use the money to support Shan independence. He claimed he wanted peace. He claimed he wanted to end drug trafficking. The US State Department refused, but something else happened quietly. Intelligence agencies kept talking to him because Khun Sa had something far more valuable than drugs: information. He knew the movements of communist guerrillas. He knew the locations of Chinese-backed militias. He controlled routes the CIA used during covert operations in Laos. He could deny access to communist forces. He could assist anti-communist partners. And so the relationship evolved into something unclear: part interrogation, part negotiation, part alliance, part threat. Shadow systems thrive where lines blur. Meanwhile, Khun Sa's empire grew. He married multiple wives. He traveled with bodyguards. He collected thick gold bars and foreign bank accounts. He surrounded himself with loyalties bought in blood. The Burmese government tried to crush him. They attacked Hintaik in 1982, but Khun Sa slipped into Burma's jungles, reinforced his army, and re-emerged stronger. By 1985, he controlled 70% of the world's heroin supply. Billions flowed through his network, yet no foreign agency captured him. No government assassinated him. No army destroyed him. The question whispered through intelligence circles: why was Khun Sa still alive? The answer was simple: he served too many interests. The 1980s were Khun Sa's golden years. His militia became the Mong Thai Army, MTA. His territory expanded across northern Burma. He built new strongholds in Homong, deep in jungle valleys. The complex had concrete bunkers, anti-aircraft positions, satellite dishes, and a palace-like residence for the king himself. Reporters who entered described it as a country within a country. Children trained with wooden rifles. Soldiers marched in formation. Factories produced weapons. Opium fields stretched beyond the horizon. Khun Sa publicly declared he was fighting for the Shan people. He dreamed of a Shan nation. He framed his war as liberation. But behind the speeches, heroin financed everything. Every bullet came from opium. Every uniform from heroin. Every road from drug taxes. Power always disguises itself as virtue. In 1989, the Burmese military fractured. Communist insurgents surrendered. New ethnic militias signed ceasefires. Old alliances crumbled. And suddenly, Khun Sa found himself surrounded by groups who no longer needed him, groups quietly supported by Burmese intelligence. At the same time, the United States escalated its war on drugs. The DEA placed a $2 million bounty on his head, the largest in the world at the time. But the same DEA agents knew that the CIA had used Khun Sa's roots and information during earlier Cold War operations. The contradiction created paralysis. Publicly, the US condemned him. Privately, his intelligence was still valuable. This duality kept him alive, but cracks appeared. In the early 1990s, rival militias aligned with the Burmese army. They attacked MTA outposts. They blocked supply routes. They offered soldiers amnesty to defect. Khun Sa responded with overwhelming force. Villages suspected of disloyalty were punished. Commanders executed. Rival leaders assassinated. But the jungle was shifting. The balance was tilting, and Khun Sa sensed it. The Burmese government launched a coordinated campaign. They cut off his access to Thailand. They pressured China to seal its border. They struck deals with ethnic groups around him. Slowly, his kingdom tightened like a shrinking circle. Meanwhile, US agents increased pressure. The DEA targeted his financial networks. Thailand cracked down on border crossings. China limited his refuge. The net was closing, and for the first time in decades, Khun Sa began to lose. January 1996. The mountains were silent. Homong streets, once filled with soldiers, now felt abandoned. MTA units defected. Shan elders whispered that the king's time was ending. Khun Sa knew the truth. He could fight and die, or negotiate and live. He chose life. In a move that shocked every intelligence agency, Khun Sa contacted the Burmese junta, the same government he had fought for decades. In secret meetings, he offered surrender, but he demanded conditions. No extradition to the United States, no prison sentence, no trials, no public humiliation, full protection, permission to retire peacefully. The generals agreed. They had their own reasons. Bringing down the world's biggest drug lord would give them international legitimacy. Controlling his territories would give them strategic advantage. And so, without a single gunfight, the king walked out of his fortress. The Burmese military escorted him to Yangon. He traded his army for silence, his empire for safety, his past for protection. He moved into a mansion. He opened business companies. He lived under government watch, but without punishment. And quietly, the drug trade continued under new hands with military oversight. Khun Sa faded from global attention. The DEA never got him. The CIA never admitted anything. Thailand remained cautious. China stayed distant. He died in 2007, not in a prison, not at the end of a gun, but peacefully in a Yangon hospital. His obituary described him as a businessman, but the mountains remembered something else. A man who once controlled half the world's heroin, a man who played governments like chess pieces, a man protected by shadows, and a system that allowed him to live as both criminal and asset. Today, the Golden Triangle still produces vast amounts of narcotics. New cartels have replaced old ones. New militias rise where the MTA once marched. New alliances mirror the same quiet deals. Khun Sa is gone, but the structure he mastered remains. A structure built on secrecy. A structure sustained by politics. A structure allowed by governments that condemn drugs publicly while negotiating privately. Shadow systems do not disappear with their leaders. They simply evolve. Khun Sa lived between nations, between ideologies, between morality and necessity. He was not the exception. He was the blueprint. Power can justify anything, even partnership with a drug king. So the story leaves us with one question. A question that echoes through every valley and every intelligence office. If a man like Khun Sa could become an asset once, how many more exist today, hidden in the shadows?